Tonight on this Einstein Factor playoff, a farmer hopes for a long reign with Edward III, a drummer counts his chickens with Alice Cooper, and an internet advertiser wings it with the Luftwaffe. Hello, I'm Peter Berner. Good evening and welcome to this Einstein Factor playoff. The show with a heart and a brain and a weird extra third nipple, which makes us quirky and interesting. Tonight we meet three heat winners ready to donate their hearts and minds, and as far as I know they both have the requisite two nipples, as they compete for a place in the final. But first, let me introduce three people, we do everything in threes here, with more heart, brains and courage than the Wizard of Oz. It's our Brains Trust. Mark Woods, Dr. Sue Turnbull and Stephen Hall. Dickens said the law is an ass. Some say it is blind. Maybe it's both. Representing the law tonight, barrister, hero and captain Mark Woods.
Great, Peter.
Welcome, Mark.
Thank you very much. Got to talk about body parts tonight.
Well, I don't know. I just felt like it.
The law has a lot to do with bodies.
It does?
Dead bodies, bodies doing the wrong thing to other bodies, bodies leaving other bodies. We spend a lot of time around bodies.
It's actually quite, you know, a sexy profession when you talk like that. It's like modelling.
Well, particularly when you look at people like me.
Mark Woods, ladies and gentlemen. With a PhD in media, all I can say is, Doctor, give me the news. We have a bad case of love and Sues. Please welcome back one of our favourites, Dr. Sue Turnbull. When you robe up, do you ever have to robe up? Do you wear a jabot or a...
No, you wear a very strange little hat with a tassel for graduation.
Graduation?
You get to wear these amazing gowns, but the only problem is that they're quite expensive and I don't have my own, so they have to lend me one, but they don't have short ones because I'm actually quite small.
You're a little tiny person.
So I look like Mickey Mouse and the Sorcerer's Apprentice, right? With the long robe, wandering up the aisle, trying not to trip up.
Well, that's a delightful image.
It's hard to look dignified.
Oh, well, you do tonight.
Thank you.
And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, Sue Turnbull. Now, look, as a quiz champ and an actor, he loves being under pressure. As a Brains Trust member, he loves being underpaid. Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Hall.
Thank you. Hello.
You love dress-ups, don't you, Stephen Hall?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Did you wear a robe at your graduation? Did you in fact turn up to your graduation?
I turned up to my graduation. I did wear a robe on both occasions, but it was my bathrobe.
Oh, really?
I misunderstood completely. Very embarrassing.
Ladies and gentlemen, our Brains Trust tonight, Mark Wood, Sue Turnbull and Stephen Hall. All right, just lurk there in the shadows. You will be called upon momentarily. But first up, let's meet our first playoff contestant. Ladies and gentlemen, make her welcome Sue Croton, a farmer and mother of three from Victoria, who in her heat out-wrestled The Undertaker and showed Steve McQueen just how magnificent she is. Welcome back, Sue.
Thank you, Peter.
All right, playoff time.
Yes.
You ready?
Oh, yes.
All right. Now, remind us again of your special subject.
Edward III, King of England, 1312, 1377.
All right, here we go. Now, you've been studying hard since we last saw you?
Oh, yes.
Really? Books and internet and asking strangers in the street?
Well, strangers in the street.
Really?
Yes.
Do they know as much about Edward III as you'd like them to?
Well,
No. All right, Sue, here we go. Good luck.
Thank you.
Your 90 seconds. Begin now. What relation was Edward III to his successor as English king?
Grandfather.
Correct. Which 1356 battle was one of England's greatest victories in the 100 Years' War?
Battle of Poitiers.
Correct. As per his birthplace, Edward's third son was known as Lionel of where?
Woodstock.
Antwerp. Edward made his claim to the French throne following the 1328 death of which king?
Charles VI.
Fourth. Edward's chief advisor during the 1330s was which Archbishop of Canterbury from 1333 to 1348?
Stratford.
Correct. Reclaimed by France at the start of the 100 Years' War was which Duchy of Edward's in southwestern France?
Gascony.
Guienne. In which 1333 battle did Edward decisively rout Scottish forces under Sir Archibald Douglas?
Halidon Hill.
Correct. Who was the only daughter of Edward not to predecease him?
Pass.
Isabella. In 1376, attacking corruption and extravagance at court was the so-called what parliament?
Good Parliament.
Correct. At which city in 1338 did Edward form an alliance with the Holy Roman Emperor?
Koblenz.
Correct. Though it's much been amended, one of the earliest English statutes still in force is the Treason Act of which year?
1352.
1351. After Edward seized power, his mother Isabella was forced into retirement at which Norfolk castle?
Castle Rising.
Correct. Some claimed that which relative of Edward's was killed in a quarrel with the king in 1336?
His brother.
Correct.
John.
More information, John?
John.
More information?
Woodstock.
Of Eltham in 1373. Sorry to keep asking. 700 points
Thank
at the
you.
end of your regulation time. Well done, Sue. We needed John of Eltham. We needed the Eltham. All right, bonus question time. True or false? Here it is. Edward III's reign occurred during the period when the popes, all French, resided at Bordeaux. Is that true or false, Sue? How do you want to do this?
I'll give that one to the Brains Trust, please.
All right, trust?
Two well-known papal fanatics, your answers?
Yeah, right, yes, of course.
Well, I know there were moments when the papacy was not lodged in where it should be, but was it Bordeaux? That's what I'm not so sure about.
Doesn't ring any bells with me, I've got to say.
No.
So it's a false?
We're going to say false.
False.
False. The answer is false.
The answer, according to the Brains Trust, is false, Sue. Are you happy with that?
Oh, very happy, yes. Avignon.
Avignon. See, I didn't even want to ask for the extra information, but Sue gave it to me. It is false. It was Avignon, not Bordeaux. Please add 200 points to Sue's score. 900 at the end of round one. All right, let's meet our next challenger, ladies and gentlemen. Steve McLennan, also known as Mac, an oral historian and drummer from New South Wales, who finished a mere 50 points ahead of both the FIFA World Cups and Jane Austen in his heat. Welcome back, Mac.
How you doing?
I'm very well. Remind us again of your special subject.
The Life and Music of Alice Cooper, 1964 to 1984.
Alice Cooper, as I incorrectly like to pronounce it. Have you been a fan all your life of Cooper?
Since I was 12 years old.
Really?
I've heard Schools Out, and you know that still has the same passion for me now as I'm 47. It's good fun.
Do you own some memorabilia?
I own buckets and buckets of
Really?
memorabilia. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Mac, here we go. Life and Music of Alice Cooper. Good luck. Your 90 seconds begin now. The band's first release to chart was which 1971 single when Cooper was 23?
I'm 18.
Correct. Which famous lyricist co-wrote the album From the Inside?
Bernie Taupin.
Correct. The band's first album not to chart in the US or UK since Easy Action was which 1982 release?
Zipper Catch Your Skin.
Correct. Cooper appeared as himself in which film that also featured Roy Orbison and Debbie Harry as themselves?
Roadie.
Correct. As per the reference in the song Alma Mater, drummer Neil Smith attended which high school?
Camelback High.
Correct. Born in 1981 was which of Cooper's children a singer and actress who performs in his stage shows?
Calico.
Correct. Tracks on which album include Lay Down and Die, Goodbye, Refrigerator Heaven and
Easy Action.
Correct. When they were called the Spiders, the band recorded what first single in 1965?
Why Don't You Love Me?
Correct. Much of Billion Dollar Babies was recorded at a mansion in which US state?
Connecticut.
Correct. The opening lines of which hit ballad are When I Get Home From Work, I Want to Wrap Myself Around You?
You and Me.
Correct. The band recorded for which Frank Zappa established label whose roster included Captain Beefheart and Tim Buckley?
Straight Bizarre Records.
Correct. Cooper claimed that Neil Smith competed with which drummer to have the bigger drum kit?
Keith Moon.
Correct. Rewritten and renamed for the album Billion Dollar Babies was which track on Pretties for You?
Reflected.
Correct. Which character is the subject of a trio of songs on Welcome to My Nightmare?
Stephen.
Correct. Covered on Love It to Death was which Rolf Harris song?
Sun Arise.
That's 15 questions. That's 1,500 points. Oh, you're stoked. Look at that.
That's good.
You couldn't get any more righter if you tried. Here we go. Bonus question time, an opportunity to earn an extra 200 points if you trust the Brains Trust with this on your behalf. Here we go. According to a 1970s rumour, Alice Cooper was the actor who played Rusty in The Adventures of Rin Tin Tin. True or false, Mac? What do you want to do?
I'll do it myself.
You'll do it yourself?
Yeah, I don't trust them. Sorry.
Right.
All right. True or false?
False.
It is false. Well done, Mac. There you go. 1,600 points for Mac.
They actually thought he was Eddie Haskell from Leave It to Beaver.
They did. Would he have been actually the right age to be that?
No, I don't think so.
No. There was that episode where Rin Tin Tin had his head bitten off, but that's where the rumour started, wasn't it?
That was a young John Osborne.
That was a young John Osborne.
In that particular episode, yeah.
Well, Mac, you've got a perfect score of 1,600 points to start this playoff round. Sit back, exhale, relax. Let's meet the final of our contenders. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew McDonald, please make him welcome, an internet advertiser from New South Wales who outwitted Agatha Christie and Hercule Poirot and sent Buddy Holly crashing to an early end on his way to the playoffs tonight. G'day, Andrew.
Hello, Peter.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Your special subject for us?
Is the Luftwaffe and its aircraft, 1936 to 1945.
All right, we have got the full range of subjects on the Einstein Factor tonight. Here we go. The Luftwaffe and its aircraft. 36 to 45. Good luck.
Thank you.
Your 90 seconds begin now. In 1938, the Air Force of which country was merged into the Luftwaffe?
The Czech.
Austria. Which single-engined aircraft was the Luftwaffe's standard fighter throughout World War II?
The Messerschmitt Me-109.
Correct. In May 1940, the Luftwaffe failed to prevent the escape of Allied troops from around which French port?
Dunkirk.
Correct. Serving in Italy in 1944 was the 1st Paratroop Panzer Division bearing whose name?
Hermann Goering.
Correct. Later providing reconnaissance in the war, which aircraft made the first non-stop flight from Berlin to New York?
Pass.
Focke-Wulf 200. In 1938, who was named commander of the 7th Flieger Division, Germany's first parachute?
Kurt Student.
Correct. Also known as the Baby Blitz was the Luftwaffe's 1944 mission called Operation what?
Steinbock.
Correct. Highly decorated Stuka pilot Hans Ulrich Rudel sank which Soviet battleship?
The Marat.
Correct. Codenamed Operation Mercury was the 1941
Crete.
German air... Correct. Which cousin of Manfred von Richthofen served as
Wolfram.
chief? Correct. Which air fleet had the task of supplying the besieged Sixth Army during the Battle of Stalingrad?
Luftflotte 4.
Correct. Entering service in 1937 was which light bomber whose nickname translates as the Flying Pencil?
The Dornier DO-17.
Correct. Name for its chief architect was the night air defence system in Western Europe called the
Josef Kammerhubelein.
Correct. The first to be used in warfare, the Flettner FL-282 Kolibri was what kind of
Helicopter.
aircraft? Correct. What is the German name for the tactical unit that normally consisted of 3 Gruppen?
A Geschwader.
Correct. That's 15 questions. 1,300 points, Andrew. Well done.
Thank you.
It's a close playoff night tonight. True and false. Here we go. Erich Hartmann, Germany's leading ace of World War II, shot down 352 enemy aircraft. True or false, Andrew? What do you want to do?
I'll trust in the gods and the brain's trust.
The gods and the brain's trust.
I don't know. I really don't know.
All right.
It sounds a possible number. That's the only thing I can add.
Sounds absolutely correct to me. The thing is true.
Brain's trust is saying true without any real knowledge about it, just having the punt. What would you have said, Andrew?
I said that's 100% correct.
Oh, look at that. Add 200 points to Andrew's score. It is indeed true. 1,500 points for Andrew. And here's a tidbit for you. Erich Hartmann is, in fact, the leading ace of all time. Oh. All right, 1,500 points. Well done, Andrew. Let's have a look. Un momento, por favor. Hello. Oh, OK. All right. Thank you. Andrew, that was the adjudicators upstairs. One of the questions, I think you jumped in early with an answer.
Yes, I gave Joseph Kammerhubelein when I think you probably really only wanted the Kamhuber line, didn't you?
I did. Named for its chief architect was the night air defence system in Western Europe called the what line? We needed Kamhuber line. Joseph Kamhuber. It's too much information for the answer we needed.
Story of my life.
We're going to have to deduct 100 points from your score, Andrew. It takes you back to 1,400. All right, let's have a look at the scores at the end of round one. Sue on 900 points, Andrew on 1,400, and Mac has found himself in front on 1,600 points. When a little boy reaches a certain age, he begins to ask difficult questions. Round two's questions were written by that little boy. The subjects tonight are AKA, Dead Man Walking, Slam Dunk, Vexillology, Great Ideas, Smash Hit, Making a Mark, Champions, Scary Scale. It's your honours, Sue.
Scary scale, I think.
Scary scale it is. The question. The Mercalli scale is used to measure the intensity of what? Is it A, earthquakes, B, storms, or C, tsunamis? 5 seconds. All right, brains trust. The Mercalli scale.
Well, the Richter scale measures earthquakes. The oh my goodness, what was that measures tsunamis.
Right.
I think it's got to be storms. What do you two think?
I don't know exactly what the term is for tsunamis. Have we developed one yet?
A tsunami?
A term to
Fortunately,
describe
no.
the strength of a tsunami. I would imagine that we've got them for storms, but I wonder if we've had enough tsunamis.
So we're happy with storms?
I think we might go with storms.
We think it's B, Peter.
Brains Trust say it's B, storms. Let's see what our contestants selected. A C and a B and a C. The correct answer is A, earthquakes.
Ah.
The Mercalli scale, the intent... Don't look at me.
I just think the little boy was wrong.
It's news. Well, he'll get a spanking. It's news to me too. All right, Mac, your turn.
AKA.
AKA it is. The question, which Indigenous people prefer to be called the Sami? Is it A, Bushmen, B, Gypsies, or C, Laps? 5 seconds. Selections have been made by our contestants. Let's see what the Brains Trust have to offer us.
Well, I don't know what great ideas other people have for what Bushmen maybe prefer to be called, but I have a feeling that Laplanders are the ones that like to be called Samis.
When I think Bushmen of the Kalahari and, you know, like...
And they certainly have been called the Sami. And gypsies are just called gypsies, aren't they?
No, travellers. They like to be called travellers, don't they?
Good.
Yeah.
OK.
But I think the answer's C.
The Laps.
We'll go with C then, Pete.
All right. C, Laps. That's what the Brains Trust reckon it is. Let's see what our contestants said. C and a B and a C. Mac went for gypsies. The answer we needed, the correct answer is C, Laps. Well done, Sue and Andrew. Well done, Brains Trust. Look at that. Over to you, Andrew.
Vexillology.
Vexillology it is. The question, which country's flag resembles Indonesia's flag upside down? Is it A, Austria, B, Belarus, or C, Poland? 5 seconds. OK, contestants have made their selection. Brains Trust. An upside-down Indonesian flag will get you where?
The first thing we've got to do is imagine what the Indonesian flag looks like and stand on our heads.
That's right.
Right?
And see if we look like an Austrian, a Belarusian or a Pole. The colours, I think, would mean that it was the Belarus flag. But I just can't remember whether the Belarus flag looks that way upside down, because lawyers only look at things myopically, as you know.
Yes.
Anyone got a better idea than that?
I'm thinking laterally, and I think because it's a flag question, and you said it yourself, you said the word pole, flag, pole, you see, Poland, you see, that's what I'm thinking. But
I'd be with you with Belarus, I think.
Looks like it's Belarus. We'll
Belarus.
take B, Pete.
All right, they've gone B, Belarus. Let's see what our contestants selected. A C and a B and a C. The correct answer is C, Poland.
Oh, you see?
You were right! You were right!
Because of that confusion, they're always getting each other's mail. Sue?
A smash hit, please.
Smash hit it is. The question, which Elton John hit was written as a favour to tennis champ Billie Jean King? Was it A, Crocodile Rock, B, Philadelphia Freedom, or C, Your Song? 5 seconds. Over to the Brains Trust.
Wow.
Well, I'm not sure about this, but I did actually see Elton John perform Your Song. He turned up at my university in about 1969 and nobody knew who he was. And I asked, who's that funny little man in the corner playing the piano with the glasses on?
Isn't that a great name drop?
It was an Elton John.
ripper.
It was an Elton John, but I don't think Your Song was for Billie Jean at all.
I don't reckon it's Crocodile Rock because...
No, I'm certain it's not Crocodile
Him and
Rock.
Susie had so much fun.
Exactly right. Although you never know. Well, it's Philadelphia Freedom, we think, Pete.
Oh, and there's a gay connection with Philadelphia.
Yes, there
isn't
is.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Ah,
Right,
fascinating, yes, indeed.
All right, here we go. B, they say, Philadelphia Freedom, with, you know, a logical elimination I liked. Rare here on the Brains Trust.
Thank you very much.
B, Philadelphia Freedom, say the Brains Trust. Let's see what our contestants selected. C, B, B and a B. The correct answer is B, Philadelphia Freedom. Mac and Andrew knew that. And the Brains Trust figured it out. All right, Mac, glasses on, make another selection.
Dead Man Walking.
Dead Man Walking, here we go. Sister Helen Prejean is famous for assisting death row prisoners in which US state? Is it A, Louisiana, B, Mississippi, or C, Texas? 5 seconds. Brains Trust.
The Sister Prejean wrote the book Dead Man Walking, which was turned into a film in 10 or so years ago.
Yes.
Not that that helps us particularly, but Texas is the biggest executing state in the United States, so the law of averages says
Maybe Texas. And can we hear Susan Sarandon that played that part doing a Texas accent? I think we can. I can hear Susan Sarandon trying to do a Texan accent.
Dead man walking. Dead man walking.
I think we'll go see Texas.
Doesn't it say, isn't that the state motto on their flag?
Dead man walking.
All right. They're going with C, the Brains Trust. Let's see what our contestants selected. A B, an A and a B. The correct answer is A. Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Well done, Mac. Louisiana. All right, Andrew.
Making a mark.
Making a mark. The last question in round 2 tonight, it is, which novel should have an exclamation mark in its title? Is it A, Come In Spinner, B, To the Lighthouse, or C, Westward Ho? 5 seconds.
I think it's all in the way that you say it. Do you go, come in, spinner? Do you go, to the lighthouse?
Yeah.
Or do you go, westward, ho?
Yeah.
I think you go, westward,
I reckon it could be A or C, but I think C is...
Going with Westward Ho.
I think Westward Ho's the one with it. To the lighthouse definitely doesn't. No, that's very
What
quiet.
if you're Batman or something? Yeah. To the lighthouse!
That's true.
That would be to the Batcave, Pete,
Yeah.
so we'll go with a C. Westward Ho.
Westward Ho, say the Brains Trust. Let's see what our contestants selected. C and a C and a C. They've all gone C. Westward Ho is correct. It would have made a different book out of Bleak House, wouldn't it? If he'd done that. But he didn't. Let's have a look at the...
Walking.
Yay! Let's have a look. In fact, I think that's the Texas Dead Man Walking! Exclamation. All right, let's have a look at the scores at the end of round 2 here tonight. Sue's on 1,100, Andrew's on 1,650. Mac has held on to the lead on 1,800 points with a round to go. Round 3, and to beat the Brains Trust, Mark Woods, Dr. Sue Turnbull and Stephen Hall in this fast buzzer qualification round. Our contestants must be nothing short of Olympic mental gymnasts to succeed, or at least have done a mental jazzercise class. Well, I think you've done that to this point. Let's not muck about. Round 3. Good luck to everybody. Hands on buzzers. Here we go. 1 month is the gestation period of which mammal notorious for its prolific breed... Sue.
Rabbit.
Correct. Breeding rate is the rabbit. In the Bible, used as a portable sanctuary for the Ark of the Covenant. To Andrew.
No, lost it.
Was what tent starting with T we needed tabernacle? At the Mexico City Olympics, Aussie sprinter Peter Norman, who passed away in 2006, stood in the silver... Sue?
Oh, I was going to say black power salute, but that's not right.
That's correct. Look at that! Stood in the silver medal position on the dais during the infamous what power salute? We wanted black. Nice one, Sue.
Nice job.
Takes you to 1,300 points. Don't doubt yourself. Devastating England during the reign of King Edward III was the... Sue.
Black Death.
Black Death or Black Plague, correct. The girl's name, Nancy, is spelt the same as a major city in which Western European country? Sue.
France.
Correct. On a roll. In which movie do main characters Wayne and Garth chant where... Mac.
Wayne's World.
Correct. We're not worthy while kneeling and bowing before Alice Cooper. Takes you to 1,900 points. Declaring her candidacy for Bennelong, the Prime Minister's federal seat, after retiring as an ABC broadcaster, was Maxine who? Brains Trust.
McHugh.
Correct. Let's have a look at the scores. Andrew. Sue, 1,500. Andrew, 1,550. Max still out in front, 1,900. Fought from 1936 to 1939.
Spanish
Andrew.
Civil War.
Was which civil war in which the Luftwaffe took part? Spanish is correct. Takes you to 1,650. A feature of Alice Cooper's stage shows is which deadly device associated with the French... Mac.
Guillotine.
Revolution. Guillotine is correct. Takes you to an even 2,000. King Edward III of England started the 100 Years' War after failing to subjugate which northern neighbour? Brains Trust.
Scotland.
Correct. Published in 1970 by D. Brown, was a history of the fate of Native Americans in the American West.
Bury
Andrew.
my heart at Wounded Knee.
Bury my heart at Wounded What? Knee is correct. Well done. Takes you to 1,750. Taking less than 3 months to revolve around the sun is which world the solar system's smallest? Andrew?
Mercury.
And innermost planet, Mercury, is correct. Takes you to 1,850. Overseen by the Luftwaffe was the daring 1943 rescue of which Italian Andrew?
Benito Mussolini.
Fascist dictator. Mussolini is correct. The Neckar, Main and Moselle are all major tributaries of which great river, Andrew?
The Rhine.
Whose source is in Switzerland and delta is in Holland. Rhine is correct. Takes you to 2050. 50 in front of Mac after 5 previous unsuccessful nominations. Which great filmmaker in 2007? Andrew?
Martin Scorsese.
Finally won his first Oscar for Best Actor. We needed Martin Scorsese. Andrew, you have done it with 21.50. Congratulations, you are tonight's winner of an Einstein Factor playoff. Where did that come from? Just bang, bang, bang.
Oh, that's freaky.
Congratulations. That's a ripping finish. Well done indeed. We will be seeing you in 8 weeks' time in a final, and if you win that, you'll work your way into a grand final. Andrew, well done. Let's give Andrew another round of applause. And commiserations to our 2 other competitors tonight. Sue, you finished on 1,500 points. You had a burst there at the beginning, but Andrew just sort of took over around.
He was blitzing. Very good.
Well done, Sue. Thank you for being a part of the Einstein Factor. And Mac, what do we say? 2000 looked so healthy, and then out of nowhere, bang, bang, bang.
He knows what he's doing.
Thank you very much for being a part of the Einstein Factor. You guys have been terrific. Sue, Mac and Andrew, ladies and gentlemen. Please give them a round of applause. And to our brains trust, Mark Wood, Sue Turnbull and Stephen Hall, once again, a brilliant job. And if there wasn't a restraining order, I would run over and hug you all. This has been the Einstein Factor. Join us next week as we take a look at Boney, Bach and Manchester United. Thanks for joining us. Good night. Thank you.